Hi friends, we have seen in the previous class we have learned accounting treatment or the adjustment that we need to make when a partner is being admitted. And we also, prior to that class, we also had discussion on treatment of goodwill when a partner is admitted or when partner is leaving the firm, that is either be retirement or a death of a partner. What is accounting treatment? So those two things we have already covered. So what I have, before I start the problem on admission of a partner, I want to first take out two examples, two illustrations on admission of a partner, treatment of goodwill. Okay, so the checklist which I have explained to you, in the last class was profit sharing ratio, when you need to have profit sharing ratio, that is new ratio or sacrificing ratio. I hope you might have gone through that, all of you. And then revaluation of assets and liabilities, the entries part, then treatment of goodwill and transfer of undistributed profits and losses, capital contribution by the new partner and adjustment of capital and new balance sheet. So those 7 points I have explained you. Out of those 7 points, the treatment of goodwill, the entries we have learned. But with problems comes, I think, how we need to write the entries with values that has been given, that I am taking out today before I go into the problem of admission of a partner today's class. A, B and C are in partnership sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 2:2:1. They want to admit D into partnership with 1/5 share. D brings 30,000 as capital and 10,000 as premium for goodwill. The journal entry will be. So if you look at, I think already the entry is there, but before I take into the entry part that has been given, I told you that whenever you are doing the admission of a partner, I told you that we need to have firm's goodwill, share of goodwill, sacrificing ratio. So here firm share of goodwill straight away has been given. We don't need firm goodwill because we need to adjust the goodwill brought in by the new partner to old partner's capital account. So here if you look into it, the problem part, first problem, we need to find out sacrificing ratio. A's share of, who is the new partner, D. D's share of goodwill, $10,000. D's share of goodwill 10,000. Then you need to have sacrificing ratio. Sacrificing ratio is equal to old minus new. Okay. So here I am giving a small note, a hint. When old profit sharing ratio of old partners is given along with incoming partners share in profit, we shall assume all partners are sharing in their all profit sharing ratio. All partners are sharing in their all profit sharing ratio. It means, I think that we can prove here. If you want, we can also, even if you try, what is all profit sharing ratio? 2:1. I think the sacrificing ratio and old ratio will be one and the same. To prove that point, let me give you that old ratio minus new ratio is equal to sacrificing ratio. To prove this point, here I am first trying to find out new ratio. So first I need to have total share. I am assuming as 1. D's share is 1 by 5. Four by 5. Therefore, A's new ratio is equal to old into balance. I am assuming total share is 1. D share 1 by 5. What is balance? 1 minus 1 by 5? 4 by 5. Old ratio 2 by 5 into balance 4 by 5. 25. You take LCM 2 by 4 into balance. Sorry, not LCM. 2 by 5 into 4 by 5. 8 by 25. B's new ratio also same. C's ratio 1 by 5 into 4 by 5. 4 by 25. D's ratio is 1 by 5, no? To make denominator equal, you shall multiply numerator and denominator with 5 by 5. 5 by 25. Therefore, this is completed now. A's sacrifice is equal to old minus new, no? What is old? 2 by 5. New 8 by 25. LCM 25. 5 5s are 5 2s are 10. B's sacrifice also same, no? 2 by 25. C's sacrifice 1 by 5 minus 4 by 25, that is 25. 5 minus 4, you are getting 1 by 25. You can see here what is sacrificing ratio, therefore 2:1 or not? 2:1. The same thing. Even if you calculate, you will be getting which ratio, my dear friends? Old ratio. So please remember, when old ratio is given along with share of incoming partner, old partners are sacrificing in their old ratio. So what is that entry has written here? He has combined the D's capital. What is D's capital? 30,000 plus share of goodwill 10,000. He has given combined entry instead of writing separate entry. So 40,000, A's capital, share of goodwill 10,000, no? 4,000. Sacrificing. C. B also same. 10,000 into 1 by 5. This is D's capital. Is this clear? This is D's capital. What is the entry? Bank account data to A's capital, to B's capital, to C's capital, to D's capital. I think the capital brought in by the partner is being combined. Or if you want to write separate entry, you can write like bank account data 10,000. This is what I have given actually. To A's capital 4,000, to B's capital 4,000, to C's capital 2,000. This is the entry for goodwill. Then again you can write bank account data to D's capital 30,000 capital. You can write combined entry for goodwill and capital contribution, or you can write separate entries. Then let us see this problem. A and B are equal partners. They want to take C as a third partner, and for this purpose goodwill was valued at 1,20,000. The journal entry for adjustment of value of goodwill through partners capital account. So I think here what happened, they want to take C as a third partner. For this purpose the goodwill was valued, but he has not mentioned that whether goodwill is been brought in by the partner or not. I think this can be taken as adjustment through partners capital account. Now here you can see, in this case, equal partners, they want to take C as a third partner. Third partner means is also equal partner only when nothing has been mentioned. So I told you firm goodwill, $1,20,000. Who is the new partner? C. C's share of $1,20,000 into 1 by 3, 40,000. Then sacrificing ratio. I have told you already, when old profit sharing ratio of old partners, incoming partner share is given, we shall assume sacrificing ratio is same as old. You learned in the last class that at the time of explaining the goodwill, situation 3, when new partner is unable to bring a share of goodwill in cash, entry is new partners capital account data to old partners in their sacrificing ratio. So C's capital is how you got it, 1,20,000 into 1 by 3. When he can't bring his goodwill, we debit his capital account. And A's capital sacrificing ratio, no? So 40,000 into 1 by, how they are sacrificing? According to their old ratio. What is old ratio of A and B? That is 1:1, 1 by 2. So the same is for whom? B. It's simple. I think this is situation number 1, this is situation number 3. Okay. We have seen situation number 1 is the entry for goodwill brought in by the partner is created to old partners in their sacrificing ratio. But in this example, he has also combined which one? Capital. If you want to combine capital, you can combine, or you can write separate entry for goodwill brought in by the partner created to old partner's capital account. Now, I think this is about retirement. The same example we also can take for death also. In place of C want to retire or C died, the treatment will be the same. A, B and C are equal partners. C want to retire, for which value of goodwill is considered as 90,000. The necessary journal entry will be very simple. Again, whenever you are going for retirement of a goodwill treatment, you write firm's goodwill, $90,000. Then who is outgoing partner? C. C's share of goodwill, equal partner no 1 by 3, 30,000. Gaining ratio, when new ratio is not given, that is remaining partners are gaining in their old ratio, that is 1:1. So I think who is outgoing partner, retiring partner is 30,000. How you got here 30,000? And this is 15,000. How you are getting? How they are gaining? One by one. When one partner is leaving, who is gaining? Remaining partners are gaining. So you can write here 30,000 into 1 by 2. So in today's class we have learned treatment of goodwill for admission of partner and also for retirement. For retirement death only one entry you are having. You don't have any situation. Adjustment of outgoing partner share of goodwill through partner's capital account, or goodwill can be raised and written off. That also you have seen. We can write otherwise, or this can be written like goodwill can be raised how, sir? Here I am giving like a statement. A, B, C. Who is outgoing partner? A. C. Goodwill raised. Which ratio? Old ratio. 1:1:1. 90,000 A 30, B 30, C 30. He is a retiring partner. Goodwill written off. Now I told you when who is leaving? C is leaving. This share is cancelled. A and B is sharing equally. 1:1. Here 90,000 goodwill raised. 90,000 goodwill written off. Now come on, tell me. 90,000 goodwill is raised. 90,000 goodwill is written off means 45,000. 45,000. Goodwill will be written off for remaining partners. 45,000. 45,000. This goodwill is created. Here goodwill is created. Here goodwill is created. Here goodwill is debited. Goodwill is debited. Now you can see the net effect. Credit are more or debit is more? Debit. How much? 15,000. Debit 15,000. Here credit. You can see the above entry. A's capital account at R, B's capital account at R to C's capital account. Is this clear? I think you can go by this ratio, or alternatively goodwill can be raised. Without writing the entry, we can write the net effect of it. The entry will be same, the effect will be same. Please recollect. If you got the time, you can go back and see the goodwill notes. You make a note, the lecture number containing so and so topic. The problem is that if you are copying down on the notes, you can go back quickly. You can see, since it's a video lecture. So what my advice to all of you, like whenever I am explaining something which is having link to the earlier topic, or you pass it, and if you feel like copying down, it won't take much time for you. 10 to 15 minutes you can copy down quickly. Or you remember the lecture, so and so lecture, go back and revise it. I think this will be useful. So today's class I will be going for admission of a partner. One exercise I want to take. And tomorrow onwards we can work out two problems like that in a class, so that you can also simultaneously complete. So almost all the things I have explained only with joint life policy and treatment of retirement and death. This is a lengthy topic I have been telling you, but at the same time you can easily do it. Because of lengthiness, people are afraid of going through partnership. Otherwise, this topic is simple. The following is the balance sheet of Ram and Mohan, who share profits in the ratio of 3:2 as on 1st January 2016. We got liabilities 15,000, trade payable 15,000, Ram capital, Mohan capital. Now they are old partners. They are old partners. Buildings, plant and machinery, these are called as book values. You understand, book values. Bank balance has been given. On this date, Shyam was admitted on the following. He is to pay 25,000 as capital, 10,000 as share of goodwill for 1/5 share. The new profit sharing ratio. See, please remember, whenever you are starting the problem, we should start with profit sharing ratio. I told you generally we don't need new profit sharing ratio. When new profit sharing ratio is given in the problem, to find out sacrificing ratio, old minus new is equal to sacrificing. Sir, you are told no just now, when old ratio is given along with incoming partner share, old ratio is sacrificing. Yes, I told you. But here, which ratio has been given? New ratio. Therefore, to find out sacrificing ratio, you must deduct old minus new. You will be getting sacrificing ratio. Now, I think we got the first point checklist. Which ratio we need to find out? Sacrificing ratio. Because he is bringing 10,000 towards share of goodwill that is to be created to old partners according to their sacrificing ratio. Then we also got the revaluation point. So the ratio has been completed. Goodwill treatment, when new partner brings his share of goodwill bank account at R to old partner's capital account in their sacrificing ratio. Now revaluation, building 25,000 has been given. You can say building is how much? 18,000. There is appreciation of building, no? Appreciation of building by how much? 8,000 rupees. Increase. Arrow mark up is increase. Plant and machinery 12,000. Here plant and machinery 15,000. There is a decrease in the value of plant and machinery by 3,000. Okay. Then look at inventories 12,000. Here 12,000. No change. No increase, no decrease. And trade receivable 10,000 has become 9,000 because of doubtful debts. So how much has been decreased? 500 rupees has been decreased. Is this clear to all of you? Okay, then it was found that there is a liability for 1,500 for goods received but not recorded in the books. This is nothing but unrecorded liability. Give journal entries to record the above. Also give the balance sheet of the partnership firm after Shyam's admission. So, how to start this? First I told you working notes I have to go. Now here directly given who is the new partner, my dear friends? Shyam. So Shyam's share of goodwill. This working notes number 1 is treatment of goodwill. First, Shyam share. What is Shyam share of goodwill? 10,000. Then we need to find out sacrificing ratio. I told you sacrificing ratio is equal to old minus new. Now, who are the old partners, my dear friends? Ram and Mohan. Ram's sacrifice is equal to old minus new. What is the old ratio? You can see old ratio given here 3:2. New ratio 5:3:2. Old ratio 3:2. This is old ratio. This is new ratio. Come on. So Ram sacrifice old 3/5 minus 5/10 LCM 10 1/10 Mohan sacrifice 2 by 5 minus 3 by 10, LCM 10, 4 minus 3, 1 by 10. So therefore what is sacrificing ratio? 1:1. Clear? Now we can go for journal entries. I think you know journal entry format. I am not giving importance to journal entry format, but in the examination when you are going for journal entries, this is debit, this is credit. Particulars. We should write starting journal entries on the date of admission. This journal entry is on the date of admission. So I am going by the checklist I have given, like profit sharing ratio, for you to understand. You can start whatever has been given. He is to pay 25,000 as capital and 10,000 as a share of goodwill. What I am doing, I am trying to avoid confusion. I am going separate entry for capital, separate entry for goodwill. Or you can write combined entry, like today's first problem we have seen. For capital and goodwill you can write combined entry, or you can write separate entry. Now the question is whether we shall use the word cash or bank. In the balance sheet, bank is given, use the word bank. In the balance sheet, if cash is given, use the word cash. So let me start the entry for share of capital brought in. The first entry will be bank account debtor to Shyam's capital account. What is the capital brought in by him? 25,000, I think, right? 25,000. This problem is there. I think I have forgotten to tell you the page number, my dear friends. The first three problems which we have seen today, was, just a minute, I'll tell you. Today first example, illustration 1, 2 is page number 99. I think illustration is given, no problem. Then we got illustration page number 101. Then the first problem which I am taking is page number 102 and 103 of charms material exercise number 1. You can go back and you can see that. So bank account to share capital is what is the amount? 25,000 rupees. Narration. Being the entry for capital, share of capital, brought in by the new partner. Okay. Second entry. What is entry for share of goodwill? Bank account debtor, how much goodwill he brought it? 10,000, no? I have already given, we went for sacrificing ratio. What is sacrificing ratio? 1:1. The goodwill brought in by the new partner is credited to old partners. Who are old partners? Ram capital account to Mohan capital account. Okay. Being the entry for share of goodwill brought by new partner credited to old partners capital account in their sacrificing ratio. Is this clear? Okay, the next one. Third entry. Now we have to go for evaluation. No, I think in the date column you should write. You all are aware. I have not written the date column. You can write the date column. Now revaluation. Appreciation the value of asset. Asset account must be debited and revaluation account should be created. In second case decrease, third case decrease and unrecorded liability. So we are having 3 decreases of revaluation. One is 2 decrease of asset, one is increase of liability. Decrease in asset, increase in liability. You can write the combined entry. You learn the entry for decrease in the value of asset, revaluation to asset. Increase in the value of liability, revaluation to liability. Increase in the value of asset account data to revaluation. So what I am writing starting, I am writing the entry for increase in the value of asset. So third entry, here I am writing building account data I told you some authors they are using P&L adjustment, but my view unless and until is asking you to open P&L adjustment, don't open P&L adjustment. Otherwise you will be having confusion because P&L adjustment account, how to open P&L adjustment account, you have learned in rectification of errors chapter. So building account data revaluation account, there is appreciation of, is it 8,000 or 7,000? 25 minus 18. I think it's a 7,000. Sorry, I have written 8,000. It is 7,000. Okay. So what is the entry here? Building account data revaluation 7,000. Narration. Being the entry for increase in the value of asset. Okay, next fourth entry. I am giving combined entry for decrease in the value of asset. Entry is revaluation account data which asset has been decreased, plant and machinery. Which asset has decreased because of provision for doubtful debts. Are you right PBD? Then we can adjust from debtors. To PBD account, and I am also writing for unrecorded liability. Unrecorded liability, name of the unrecorded liability is creditors account, or we can say here I think creditors or trade payable has been given. Trade payable. Creditors is nothing but here trade payable. What is the entry for credit purchase omitted? Creditors to purchases, actually you write. Sorry, purchase to creditors. Here since purchase account we can't open at this juncture. Instead of debiting purchase account, we are debiting which account? Revaluation account. So since the word trade payable has been given, here I am writing to trade payable. That means instead of debiting purchases and creating trade payable, we are debiting which account? Revaluation account, because the purchase account again will be transferred to which account? Revaluation account. That is the reason why the entry which I have given to you there for unrecorded liability entry is revaluation account data to unrecorded liability. What is the name of unrecorded liability here? Trade payable. Okay, here I am writing unrecorded liability, this one. This is unrecorded liability. You can see plant and machinery decreased by how much? 3000. This is 500. What is unrecorded liability? 1500. Total is 3000 plus 500, 3500 plus 5000. 1500 coming to how much? 5000. So revaluation account at our 5000, to plant and machinery 3000, to PBD 500, to creditors 1500, that is to trade payable. I think normally in intermediate you learn whether it is required or not, you open revaluation account. But at CA Foundation, since he is asking you to write the entries, journal entries, no need to open revaluation account. So what is that we need to do? We can save time without opening revaluation account. So then how to find out profit or loss? You look at the revaluation account has been showing a credit balance of 7000. Here revaluation account is showing a debit balance of how much? 5000. Therefore, we are getting a profit of 2000. No, revaluation credit is 7000. Revaluation debit is how much? 5000. Difference is how much, my dear friends? 2000. Is this clear to all of you? Revaluation credit 7000. Revaluation debit 5000. Which side is showing more? Credit side is showing more. When revaluation account credit side is showing more, it is a profit. That profit will be credited to old partners in their profit sharing ratio, old ratio. So the entry is revaluation account debtor to old partners, RAM capital. 2000 into old ratio, 3:2, 3 by 5. 5 4s are 4 3s are 1200. Is this clear? To Mohan capital. How much we are getting? 800. Being the entry for profit on revaluation transferred. In their old profit sharing ratio. Is this clear? So I think we have completed the entries part. We don't have any undistributed profit here. That is reserves and surplus, that is general reserve or reserve fund is not given. So no need to write entry for undistributed profit. So I think for solution, entries part has been completed. Now we need to go for balance sheet. Before you go to balance sheet, better to go for which account? Partners capital accounts. Is this clear? Now I am opening columnar partners capital account. Partners capital accounts including new partner. Ram, Mohan, Shyam. I'm also opening which account? New partners capital account. Instead of opening separately, we can save time. So whenever you are having opening capital account, first you should look at the opening balance of capital. You are having opening balance of capital of Ram and Mohan. So buy balance brought down, here I am writing. This is particulars. Buy balance brought down. Ram capital 20,000. Mohan capital 25,000. Shyam nil. Then buy bank. Capital contribution by new partner. What is the capital contribution by new partner? 25,000. We have written the entry bank to Shyam capital. Then buy bank. Goodwill, no? This is capital. Goodwill 10,000. 10,000 is created to whom? Old partners. 5,000 to Ram. 5,000 to Shyam. Then you got revaluation profit, no? We got revaluation profit, no? Here you can see bank to Shyam capital we have created with 25,000. No need to write entry for opening balances, you all are aware. The next entry, we got revaluation profit, no? Revaluation Ram Mohan, and 1 minute. We also got the entry for goodwill. Bank to Ram capital to Mohan account, Mohan capital account, goodwill. Then revaluation profit is how much? 1200 and 800 rupees. Okay, then you can close this. So 20, 25, 26,200. Here 30,800. Here 25,000. Is it clear? That will become balance carry down. This is called as closing balance. $26,200, 30,800, 25,000. Is this clear? These are the closing balances. Then you need to go for balance sheet. Asset 1st January 2016. Okay. Let me start with first capital. Okay, if you want, you can write in inner column or you can directly write outer column. What is Ram capital? 26,200. Then you also got Mohan capital 30,800. Shyam capital 25,000. Okay, then trade payable. Actual trade payable was given here 15,000. But we are having one adjustment, no? There was a liability for 1500 rupees for goods received but not recorded. Goods received but you are not recorded means omission. It is to be added back. Trade payable 15,000 plus credit purchases omitted. $1,500. The balance sheet assets information is given. After evaluation, directly we can take these values. Building 25,000 because it is already after adding 7,000. Plant and machinery 12,000, inventory 12,000. Only trade receivable, what is that you should do? 9,500, how you got it? 10,000 minus 500, that is also has been given already 9,500. Okay, directly we can write these values. Again, instead of wasting time by decreasing or increasing, directly we can write that values. Balance sheet. Building after appreciation is coming to 25,000. Plant and machinery 12,000 after depreciation. If you want building, you can write here. Plant and machinery 15,000 minus 3,000 decrease. Are you following what I am saying? $18 plus 725. 15 minus 3, 12. Like that. Okay. Then trade receivable. $10,000 minus PBD 500. 9,500. Inventory, no change in the value. What is inventories? 12,000. So bank balance, instead of going for ledger account, you can write bank balance given how much? I think 5,000 was given, you can see. Balance sheet, what was the bank balance given? 5,000. Plus C's what is the new partner capital? Shyam. Shyam's capital brought 25. Plus Shyam's goodwill share brought. How much he brought? 10,000. So what is bank balance? You can see 30 plus 10 coming to 40,000. Now you can go for totaling, take the calculator, you will be getting it. 25,000 plus 12,000 plus 98,500. You can check, you can cross check. Is this clear to all of you? This is how you got the balance sheet. This is simple straightforward problem. you can go back and you can see how we can work out. Okay, so we continue few more problems in the next class. So in this class we have gone for treatment of goodwill, revaluation. One more point which is missing, undistributed profit. Okay, I hope you all are following this. We'll continue discussion in the next class. Thank you.